So they will need to change a minimum of 2.9 million meters in order to satisfy the market. Two, like you said, people want meters. They are unable to get the meters. Technology is advancing. So we are exploring the possibility of selling the meters. Let people buy the meters. But through smart technology, we will license some people to install the meters. But you will need to send a code. Once you send a code in with mobile money, it's activated. And automatically, you are registered onto the system. Because sometimes it costs people more than 4 or 5 times to spend money to get a meter. So if we make it readily available and use economies of scale, I'm sure the price will come down. So it's something we are working on, and that we intend to roll that out as soon as we get your nod. Thank you.
Thank you very much. It's now the turn of Honorable Agnes Namumulate.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. Let me take the opportunity to also congratulate the honorable member on his nomination. There's something that is on the hearts and minds of most Ghanaians. And if we all have a way, we'll contribute to ensuring that it doesn't become a headache again. The issue of the inconsistency in the power supply, given the nod, what are you going to do? I have seen you do take some pragmatic steps to aid the president. In the long term, what will you do to ensure that our power and our electricity supply stays on? Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Honorable nominee, what will you do to ensure our power stays on?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, we have a current installed capacity of about 5,260 megawatts, a dependable capacity of about 4,800 megawatts. We've just hit a new peak demand of 4,100 megawatts. Our grid system is very, very resilient. We've upgraded a lot of our lines from 161 to 330 and 331 kVA lines. So they are quite robust with a lot of injection of primary substations. The first problem we need to address is the issue of fuel. Fuel supply is a major, major problem confronting the sector. Currently, we have a deficit of about 40 to 60 mm-scarf of gas. If you take the gas from ENI, gas from Jubilee 10, and then gas from N-gas, and you put all together, you still have a deficit. And so you've had to be depending on some level of light crude oil, some level of heavy fuel oil, and some level of distillate fuel oil. Our immediate objective will be to bridge that gap. We've met Jubilee partners. We've spoken to the partners and the operators, Talo. We've also spoken to Ghana Gas. They are currently doing 100 mm-scarf. We are confident that if they do some reconditioning, they can increase it to about 35 more. And that will give us a lot of buffer. So once we solve the fuel situation, and we have some liquid fuel reserves as a backup, we should be okay. The next one will be to deal with the financial challenges. I've gotten a letter from Car Power. We owe them $377 million. They are threatening to shut down. Talo over 100 million, they are threatening to cut back. ENI is threatening. So we need to deal with the financial challenge. So these two, if we can get them right, we should be home and dry. Last year alone, Ministry of Finance spent about 28 billion on energy sector related payments. That's more than your capital expenditure, including even your goods and services. So we have to look at how to drill down and bring about efficiency and be able to pay for what we consume. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Minority Leader, have a follow-up question.
Chairman, thank you so much. Honorable nominee, though on the letter was Minister of Energy, but if you look at the executive instrument, it's adding something to your portfolio. You are aware of that?
Leader, with the greatest respect, I've seen it, but I'm only a nominee.
No, I'm saying whether you are aware.
I'm aware.
We'll deal with it. We'll deal with it later. Let me go ahead with my follow-up question. So, On the 7th of January, 2025, I am reliably informed. Then are you equally aware that GMPC, which has a contract with Stratcon for the supply of 12 million liters of HFO, is still supplying this to AXA? You are aware?
I've checked on that, and GMPC has indicated that they don't have a contract with Stratcon to supply those letters. Thank
Okay.
you.
But do they take such supplies if they don't have such contract? Is there an arrangement where these supplies are delivered to them?
I've done my checks, and I can tell you that based on my check, there's no such arrangement.
Now, would you be surprised to hear that on the 6th of January, on the 6th of January, they supplied 19,561 tons?
I will not be surprised, and that's one of the issues I intend to investigate when you approve me.
Okay.
It's a subject matter for investigation.
All right.
Thank you.
So have you become aware?
Leader, you know the rules. A follow-up question must not exceed a certain limit.
Yeah,
So I think if you wouldn't mind, I can give you the floor now to ask your questions.
Chairman, you see, the nominee in response to Honorable Momo Latte's question had made certain pronouncements. I only was breaking it down because I didn't want to put all together. I know I have to act within the rules. So please indulge me, most respectfully, sir. Indulge me. I only wanted to break it down, else I could have put all together as a composite question. I didn't want to do that because there are specific deliveries on certain dates. So please, bear with me. Since you are aware that on the 6th of January, 19,561 tons worth of HFO was supplied. But your issue is that there was no contract, so it will be investigated. But that was supplied.
No, I didn't say that, Mr. Chairman. I didn't say that.
Okay, no problem. Now, on the 8th, would you be surprised to hear that on the 8th January, to 44,124 was also supplied?
Mr. Chairman, with the greatest of respect, I need your guidance. Leader, I respect you. The leader is asking me whether I will be surprised to hear that fuel has been delivered. I thought he would have asked me a
Okay,
question.
no problem.
I'll answer.
Let me put it differently. Have you become aware that on the 8th of January, 44,124 tons was supplied?
Mr. Chairman, to answer this, on the 8th of January, this is official record, and I would respectfully make a copy available to the committee. And so the HFO issue you are talking of, on the 8th of January, Sen Power, light crude oil, 260,000, enough to cater for 23 days. Sinon Asogli, VF4, which is distillate fuel oil, 0. KTPP, distillate fuel oil, enough to cater for 1.5 days. Now the HFO. On the 8th of January, AXA, 440 meter cube, enough to cover for only 6 hours. So officially, I wasn't aware that some so-called 40,000 has been deposited. But let me be quick to say that the next day, I got to know that...
I don't want to take back. Please, can you avoid the use of the word so-called? I mean, just not to
I'm sorry,
cause
Leader,
controversy.
I'm sorry. Thank you for the guidance.
You know, you've done well so far.
Leader, thank you. So on the 9th of January, I got information that some people were discharging some heavy fuel oil into the tanks at AXA. And already the Chief of Staff had tasked me to lead a technical team to avoid this looming challenge in respect of these shortages of fuel. And like I told you, on the 8th of January, we had only 6 of them that those people were no longer in office. And they had no mandate on the 9th of January to issue orders to him to receive those fuels. I called ECG. ECG was not aware. I called VRA. They were not aware. I called the ministry. Solomon is here. They are not aware. I called GMPC. They are not aware. So I advised the chief director to ask for a cessation of the delivery. And we report to Chief of Staff. It's a matter of further investigation. On an assumption of office, with your kind leave, we shall investigate that matter. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
So they delivered it or they couldn't deliver at all? Are we in receipt of that at the time you became aware?
As far as I'm concerned, officially, government is not in receipt of any such delivery. They were in the process of delivery, but without any authorization to deliver, we thought that they should hold on and let's do what is right and proper. Thank you.
So the 5 hours that you put out, as compared to the 23 days that you initially... No, I won't ask.
Okay. Ida, take the floor, take the floor.
So the 5 days that was originally out, you know, when the inauguration took place at the Independence Square, the media reported that you had alleged or you had said that we had only some 5 days of fuel. 5 hours, yes, 5 hours. Considering the fact that in your answer to me, you had indicated that SemPower had fuel that could last us for 23 days. Would you want to reconcile the 5 hours and the 23 days, or would you want to shed some more light on it for clarity's sake?
Mr. Chairman,
Honorable nominee.
there's nothing to reconcile. I was specific. I said we have 5 hours of HFO, and it's true. We had 5 hours of HFO. I said we had 0 hours of DFO for Sidona Sogli, and it's true. I gave a breakdown, but I don't develop the headlines. I don't write the stories. The recording is there, and the truth is that we have 5 hours of HFO. And if there's any problem with gas supplies, we are going to lose as much as 370 megawatts in 5 hours' time, which will lead to load shedding. And so as far as I'm concerned, that is the fact. Thank you.
Honorable Shabu, it's now your turn. You have the floor.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, let me use the opportunity to congratulate my younger brother for this great feat, a position well deserved. Mr. Chairman, I mean, listening to the honorable nominee, the biggest challenge he's coming to face. Of course, let me put on record that the ministry you left 8 years ago, you will not meet the same thing when you get there tomorrow. I mean, you have said it. The energy sector debts alone is so enormous. Now, we've zeroed down to various. Now, in the value chain, you have a very critical player there, which is ECG, which unfortunately is the weakest link. And that's the reason why we have these challenges. To quote your own words, the power is produced and delivered. It is sold, but the revenue is not collected as efficiently as we can. Clearly, it boils down to accountability and efficiency. Now, you have also zeroed down to the fact that you are not averse to privatization. Indeed, His Excellency, when he met the World Bank a week ago, representatives, he made it clear that privatization was the way to go. Would you consider, taking into account, we have been preaching about local content, would you consider looking at institutional investors like SNET, like NAT, and the rest? Would you consider them when you want to do the privatization?
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Most advocates taking up shares and getting a technical competent company, even from outside, it means that there will be a lot of value retention. The main problem with TCG is not just the collection, but even how they spend or administer what they collect. They collect on average about 1.3 billion cedis every month. Only 850 million or 900 million goes into the cash waterfall mechanism. So what it means is that almost 400 million does not find its way into the cash waterfall mechanism because they've signed all kinds of contracts. Yesterday at the meeting, it came to light that they have 2,500 containers sitting at the ports. Contracts worth 9 billion has been signed. And because the containers are sitting at the port, demurrage alone is 1.2 billion. So beyond the collection, we also have to drill down on efficiency and ensure that they stick to the cash waterfall mechanism. Thank you.
Thank you very much. May I give the floor to Honorable Umar?
Thank you, Chairman. Nominee, I want to use this opportunity to congratulate you, and I wish you well. Thank you.
Thank you. It's the turn of Michael Edu. Edu. Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Edu and Edu.
Mr. Chairman, the name is Edu. Thank you very much. A-I-D-O-O.
What's the spelling of Edu?
A-D-U. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Go ahead with your question.
Thank you. Honorable nominee, congratulations. Looking at your CV with your experience and vast background in the energy sector, I believe you'll be conversant with the questions I'm going to ask. One of the major challenges...
Are you saying questions?
Yes.
Please, you are entitled to a question.
Okay. One of the major challenges in the downstream petroleum sector is the issue of forex. And on the 11th of January 2023, you published a post on Facebook, which you said that the G4O, that's the good for oil policy, was opaque, clandestine, and a charade. And then you also said that it's going to promote smuggling of gold across Ghana's borders. And then in the same post, you said from all analysis, it is obvious this policy is not well thought through. Now, Mr. Nominee, I believe after your nomination, you've had cause to meet the management from BOST and MP and other stakeholders in the industry. Upon hindsight, do you still hold the same opinion? And then if you are given the nod to lead the ministry, what will be your position on the good for oil? Taking into consideration that most of the importers who are bringing fuel to Ghana, one of the issues they look at is the issue
Honorable member, his position on gold for oil. Is that not the question?
I'm not done, Chairman. I'm not done. Chairman, I'm rounding up. Chairman, respectfully, I'm rounding up.
Is that the question I'm asking?
No,
is
I'm
that
not
the
done.
question?
The question is coming.
So, what do you mean by what is your position on gold for oil?
It's the same question. So let me round up. Thank you, Chairman.
Well, I will forgive you because you are a first timer.
Importers consider the issue of forex as an issue when dealing with BOST. And the good for oil came to mitigate that issue. And there is scarcity of forex. And in a month, we need about 400 million USD to import petroleum products. So what would be your policy and forex for importers?
Question is, what is
And during that process, I became unsatisfied issue relating to the energy sector, but that your capacity to think on your feet and devise solutions.
Chairman, with respect, Chairman, observed that the,
soldiers, but they are here to support and give moral support.
Then they shouldn't be clapping.
So it's
Chairman, they
our
shouldn't be
best.
doing that.
So all you need to do is to inform them that here we don't clap, but
Okay,
we say
here we don't clap.
Here.
No, they can't even say here because they are not part. They are not part of us. They are not. They cannot even say here.
Honourable members, the word foot soldier should be expunged from the record. Can we make progress, honourable members? It's expunged from the record with the apology from the chair. Thank you very much. Can we have some order? Order. Let's have order. It's now the turn of Honorable Charles Forson. Charles Forson, you have the floor.
Mr. Chair.
What? You finish. I thought you finished. Well, may you continue. Please conclude.
So, on the basis of my observations, I have no questions for you because I know you will answer all the questions satisfactorily. I can only wish you well and assure you of the support of this House. And I believe that you definitely will make a mark in the energy sector of Ghana. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Charles Forson. One question, please.
Mr. Chairman, Honorable Nominee, my good friend, this is from the good people of Tamacentra and the management and staff of TOR. A direct question. What is there for TOR? And also, would you extract crude But yet, we have refinery corporations here, and they are begging for certain parcels to be given to them, whilst they go out to struggle for $1. What is the way forward? Thank you.
Well, honorable member, is your question saying what is there for Tor or what he intends to do for Tor?
The plan. He understands it.
Honorable nominee, you may answer the question the way you understand it.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Honourable members, you may be aware, there's a Petroleum Revenue Management Act. And when you take crude within a stipulated period of time, you have to pay the money into the Petroleum Holding Fund. So for a refinery to take that refinery must satisfy that condition. Tor is a hydra-headed problem. It's a 45,000 barrel capacity refinery. The norm is that these days people are moving to huge refineries. If you take Gamnaja, it's I think 1.2 million. Dangote is 650,000, and it's even number 7. So 45 is quite small, but our objective is to seek a strategic partner, ring-fence the liabilities, and then use the assets as our capital injection and look for a strategic partner who is prepared to also inject some money. Normally, you need a staff of about 250 for such a refinery. Currently, the staff are over 700. So these are issues that we'll have to sit and see how we can deal with them so that we'll bring the refinery back. Because since 2021, 4 years now, the refinery has not been working, and something must be done about it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I will now give the floor to Honorable Yao Patrick Boama.
Thank you very much. Let me congratulate my very, very, very good brother, JJ. Congratulations. JJ, a lot of questions have been asked of you on the downstream. Let me take you to the upstream sector. And I'm sure, as a man who grew up in Mampong, you know about the Voltairean Basin program. I know you've been briefed by the ministry and officials from GMPC about the program around Mampong, Agogo area. What do you know of the Voltairean Basin program, and how do you intend to add value to what your predecessors did, and how you intend to ensure that it comes on full stream to add to the revenue base of the country in the energy sector? Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. You are right, because in the upstream sector, crude oil volumes are declining rapidly. From a peak of 71 million barrels in 2019, 2023, we did only 48 million. So there's a sharp decline of 32%. And if nothing is done, the upstream sector will collapse. In the Voltairean Basin, I'm told they've shot or shoot some 2D seismic data. I'm also told that they've done some parcels of allocation, which ought to come to Parliament. I intend that we'll review that immediately, within days or weeks. If I get your nod and I'm sworn in. If we review them and we find those agreements satisfactory, we'll immediately come to Parliament. We should relook at 919. All our neighbors, their current and participating interest is 10%. And as we move through the energy transition, you must quickly tap your stranded assets. So we will do a stakeholder engagement and get a buy-in of Ghanaians and incentivize the upstream players to invest, because it's very expensive. And that is something that we intend to pursue aggressively, even as we go through the energy transition. Thank you.
Very much. Any further question?
Yes, Minister, this is also on the upstream sector, which has seen some little or no investment in the sector. And I want you to tell Ghanaians some of the strategies you want to put in place to attract some of the big players in the upstream sector, like ExxonMobil. They came in and left to Guyana. We all know the issues around it. So what are some of the steps that your good self will be putting in place? You just mentioned that you are going to Dubai to meet with Letasco. And we want to find out what strategies you are going to put in place to attract some of the big players, since investment in that sector has gone down a bit. Thank you.
Thank you. So first is the incentives. We have a standard incentives for all the fields. That cannot work because you have deep water, you have ultra deep, and you have shallow water. It's more expensive and technologically demanding to do deep water. So the incentives for deep water should be different from that for shallow water. Then the acreage, the size. Our information is that it's too small, so we need to increase it. And some other incentives, but more importantly, is the posturing of government. These legal cases that we are losing in court, it hurts us a lot. The first option should be to negotiate. ENI went to court, we lost. Talo went to court, we lost. GPGC went to court, we lost. Sahara went to court, we lost. It's just one too many. So we intend to sit around the table and dialogue. The trip we're meeting Luke Oil to work on the Peckham field with AFC and the others. So the first option is to try and sit around the table, find out the real problems, and try to resolve them. I'm sure some of these basic interventions, if we can put them right, we can turn the clock around and attract the oil majors. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Any further questions?
Yes, fine.
But before then, little or no investment on part of government of the Republic of Ghana. Is that the understanding?
No. Chairman.
Not necessarily,
You
Chairman.
can't
That's
ask
why
my
we have
question for me.
SPLOCO. And SPLOCO is the commercial wing of GMPC,
Very well.
which must take a stake
Very
in some
well.
of these fields.
Just for you to clarify the point. Thank you very much.
Chairman, you are being...
Last question.
You are playing the liberal role very well. You are now the Michaelasian of the caucus or committee.
So I'm no longer a striker. I'm now playing a libero.
JJ, I'm used to JJ, sorry. Honourable Minister Designate, my last question. What are your primary objectives, or what do you want the country to remember you for? Within the next 4 years, I pray to God you are not reshuffled in the energy sector, that during John Jinapo's era, issues of power theft, issues of transmission losses, no meter, arbitration issues in the power sector. What do you want Ghanaians to remember you for within the next 4 years as one of the youngest ministers of energy in the Republic of Ghana? I wish you the very best, my good friend. Thank you.
Thank you for the convoluted question.
Mr. Chairman, I must admit that it's a very difficult job. And as I get a briefing every day, I'm reminded that I'm stepping into a very, very difficult job. I want to be remembered as a young minister who insists on discipline. And I tell you, I will insist on discipline. I know we'll step on some toes, but we'll step on those toes gently. More importantly, honesty. And then I want to approach this work with integrity, hard work, but with humility. My best. I know it's difficult. But I'm confident. Those of you on this table, I'll consult all of you and do what is right and proper. But let me make it clear that we'll ensure that there's debt.
My good friend, our principal voice on energy-related matters, I must say the caucus is proud of you. You have been an excellent choice for our caucus on energy, and I have got that right by nominating you. I don't have a question for you. All I have to say is that those of us who dwell in the villages, in the past 4 years particularly, many of us anticipated extension of electricity to cover many of our villages, to take advantage of the new ICT revolution in the world. We never got it because we don't have power. So if you were to give us laptops, those laptops in many of our communities are not used in the schools because we can't charge them. And so I also noticed that a colleague has already raised it. Many communities we all share have problems where a whole half of the town uses 1 meter, and they don't benefit from the thresholds you build to support vulnerable people because their consumptions have gone beyond what was anticipated, not because they are individually consuming more than they are consuming, but because they are clustering around 1 meter. I just want to remind you of this and say that the rural people have trust that you can make an intervention that brings electricity to their communities, and also those who have electricity also can have the meters they deserve, so everybody can take responsibility for whatever he consumes and pay rightly for it, so we can mitigate these unreasonable distribution loss, which is piling up the debt that we all have. So I wish you very well, and I have no doubt you will excel with the support of the caucus, the parliament, and the country. Thank you very much.
Thank you for the compliment. It's now the turn of Honorable Deputy Leader.
Very much, Honorable Jinafo, and I wish to take this opportunity to congratulate you for your nomination as the Minister Designate for Energy. I'd like to commence this interrogation by going through your CV on item number 6, V, item number 6V. I noticed that you've been the chairman for Nuclear Energy Program Implementing Organization. As a minister designate, I know that you have been adequately informed about the progress so far made in trying to introduce the use of nuclear power in the country. If you don't mind, if you can apprise us as other people in the country are listening to you of where we are with the promotion of the use of nuclear power, and what will be your commitment to ensure that the future in the next 4 years will be commencing the implementation of the nuclear power. Thank you.
It's now the turn of Honorable Deputy Majority Leader.
Yes, to answer the question.
Please provide answer to the question.
Thank you.
Question. Okay.
Thank you. Deputy Leader, it's true, I chaired NEPIO. At my last briefing, they have identified 2 sites. They've also identified 2 countries, China and the USA, and they've identified 2 technologies. The Baker nuclear plant, which can give you about 1,200 to 1,400 megawatts, and the modular plants, which gives you just 100, 100, 100, 100. And so in South Africa, they use what they call pebble bed. So the option is to look at the smaller ones. They are easier to manage, they are modular, and they can deal with them. But like you said, I asked them a specific question. Can we switch power on before we leave office? And nuclear has serious milestones. And so the information I have is that the earliest we can get power from nuclear in 6 years. That is, even if we tick all the boxes, it's on our table, except that our approach is different. We believe that with Bui Power, NVR, so that you have something like Ghana and bring about efficiency. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Do I get that understanding that currently the VRA is responsible for both the hydro and gas? Does it mean that you are leaving everything for them, for both BUI and VRA, and will be operating alongside if you are having just one company as an energy? Thank you.
Consolidate them and then increase specialization and efficiency. Because there are some renewable guys at Bui, there are some hydro people at VLA, they are also doing renewables. So why don't we bring all the renewable people under one umbrella, so that their expertise is renewables, especially as the ministry is more on green transition. Then the hydro. Bring all the hydro technicians under one, so that procurements and all that consume more gas, reduce the losses, and increase the resilience of the grid. When you do that, resilience of the grid, when you do that, you make a lot of savings. And as you make the savings, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You make a lot of savings. And as you make the savings, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Congratulations in advance. Thank you. Congratulations in advance. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. One question.
Yes, Honorable nominee, this is not really a question. Ghana lost the case. I just wanted to get a clarification whether perhaps you slipped or I didn't hear you correctly. Because I know for a fact that in that international arbitration, the tribunal dismissed the 950 million claim against GMPC and Ghana. So I just wanted, for the records, maybe I didn't hear you right in your earlier response.
Utilization from government. ENI went to the Court of Arbitration that government did not follow due process for compensation in terms of monetary compensation. So the first issue of government issuing that directive, as far as I'm concerned, ENI had its way, is the next leg, which is to say compensate me, that the Court of Arbitration thought that there was no need to compensate them. But the substantive issue of the directive, the Court of Arbitration has insisted. And because of that, Springfield has now drilled a well. And we are waiting for the results of the appraisal to determine the way forward. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
You are bringing out an important matter. Are you saying that in the issue 1, where the Court of Arbitration, the tribunal agreed with the issue raised by ENI, it resulted in any financial loss to the state? Or it resulted in any... No,
Honorable Minority Leader, the nominee never said that.
No, wait.
He
Chairman.
explained
Chairman, let me put...
the two legs of
Chairman,
the decision.
Chairman, wait. The public is listening and watching. So I just want us to have clarity. According to you, the compensation bit, their claim was dismissed, which is a matter of public record. But then you are also telling us that there was an issue as to decisions that government had taken and whether or not those decisions were right. You are saying that their question on those decisions was upheld by the tribunal. My question then to you is this. Was there any costs to government as a result of that relief? Was there any loss to the states as a result of that relief? That is what I wanted to know.
So in simple terms, the only loss would be that the state was directed to make some payments in respect of legal matters. So, for instance, if you go to court, the cost of arbitration, the cost for legal services, the state was directed to pay that. Whether that is cost or not, I'll leave it for you, the lawyers. But I'm saying that this is what the court decided. I don't want to put interpretation on whether those payments constitute costs or not, because I'm not a lawyer and I do not want to step into that arena. Thank you.
Honorable nominee, I will land on this very important point. You see, we are talking about a ruling of a tribunal, a judgment, the outcome of a case. I don't want us to be rhetorical about it or be hypothetical or whatever. What is a fact remains a fact. Was there any order made against government in that arbitration? And if so, and you have reference to that, can you tell us exactly the orders that were made against the government of Ghana in GMPC? Respectfully, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Honorable nominee.
Thank you. So, government of Ghana issued an order that two parties unitize. So let's put it in single terms. It says that male and female marry. That's the order from the father. Then one party goes to court and says that no, government is wrong. You can't just access to marry. You are jumping the gun. And arbitration upheld that and says the government was wrong in asking the two parties to marry or unitize. That's all. It's as simple as that.
Thank you very much. It's now the...
Chairman, please, let me read.
Honorable,
question. I'm giving
Honorable Leader.
Chairman, please, this is a
I'm
legal
taking
matter.
your words.
Yes,
that
I'm not
you
asking
have
a question.
asked
Chairman, it's not
the
a question.
last question.
Yes, I have. Chairman, please, it's for all of us. Please. Yes, it's for all of us. Colleagues, let's get this. I would read.
Where are you
something.
even reading from in the first place?
Chairman, with respect, I'll provide you.
Where are you reading from?
Chairman, I'm reading from the website of, yes, I know. I am reading from the website of City FM, which
So
website
that
is hosting.
is your authentic source from which you
Yes.
can pick a judgment.
Wait, it is hosting the ruling. Website hosts the ruling, and it's quoting the full ruling. It's not their write-up. I just want to read out. The tribunal denied the claimant, ENI and Vitor, their monetary damages, which initially stood at $7 billion, but were later reduced to $950 million plus interest by the end of the proceedings. The tribunal dismissed all claims against GMPC entirely. Additionally, the tribunal rejected the claimant's request to declare that Ghana breached petroleum agreement by refusing to withdraw or prevent reliance by third parties on the unitization directive. The tribunal also dismissed the claimant's request for Ghana to notify the High Court, Court of Appeal, and Supreme Court of Ghana that the unitization directives were issued in breach of the petroleum agreement. I mean, this is a matter that I'm lifting directly from the ruling. I just want to bring it to our collective attention. So I'm just saying that there was no such claim, such order made against any of the respondents from the ruling.
Well, we'll take your words. Be brief.
But
Be brief.
I'm putting it out as a fact.
Be brief, honorable nominee.
Honorable Fanyabaka, it does appear that maybe because you were in a hurry to read, you jumped one line. Let me just read that for you.
Please go about.
However, the tribunal find that in the circumstance in which they were issued, the unitization directive breached the petroleum agreement. Simple. It's on the City FM thing. It's there. The very one you are reading. It's there. I didn't say it.
Colleague, I will not want to, which is a legal matter. The
So
last
I'll
I
leave
will
it
do.
for you. I
No.
won't debate
The
you.
last I will do is to trade my profession. I will not. I will not. I am reading up to the end. I am reading up to the end. Respectfully, it reads that the tribunal dismissed all claims against the GMPC entirely. In the minimum, my law is okay. Additionally, the tribunal rejected the claimant's request to declare that Ghana breached the petroleum agreement by refusing to withdraw or prevent reliance by third parties on the unitization directives. The last paragraph. And I'm not running away from any paragraph. I wouldn't want to put my reputation on the line on this. The last paragraph reads, the tribunal also dismissed the claimant's request for Ghana to notify the High Court, Court of Appeal, and Supreme Court of Ghana that the unitization directives were issued in breach of the petroleum agreement.
Gentlemen, thank you very much for the education. Once you give me the nomination, I'll consult the Attorney General. The Attorney General will guide me. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you very much. In the midst of the disagreement, I'll give the opportunity to Honorable Ayariga to read what he's also having. Please go ahead and read.
No, it's not about opening the Pandora's box. Why? He's read something he claims to be the outcome of the litigation. This is the report. It says that Ghana has suffered a setback in an international arbitration case concerning its attempts to unitize offshore oil fields, but avoided potentially significant financial damages. So there were two issues. Ghana sought to get them to unitize. And in that respect, Ghana suffered a loss because the court did not agree with Ghana. But then Ghana avoided financial loss, that is payment of damages or any compensation. And that is exactly what he has reported. So please, why? You can read from a website, I cannot read from a website. Please, it's here.
Reading from the website.
We're all reading from the website.
Yes.
It's here. You can
So Honorable members,
I'm giving it to you. Take it.
we can
Take
allow
it.
the
If
contradictions
you have any doubts, just you can take it and read it.
in the publications at the website to. So we make progress. Honorable Deputy
Chairman,
Majority Leader, you have your turn.
Chairman.
Minority Leader,
Chairman,
I plead
Chairman,
with you
yes,
with all
Chairman,
due
I'm
respect.
pleading with
Let
you.
us not argue
Chairman,
the
Chairman, I
veracity
will
or
not-
other words of the various publications
Chairman,
that you are relying upon.
Chairman,
So,
Chairman, please oblige me.
Honorable
Chairman,
Leader,
Chairman,
let us be
please,
guided
Chairman,
by
I
the
will.
provisions of the Constitution in
Chairman.
Article 78 and
Chairman,
94. I beg you.
Chairman,
I've
Chairman.
given the floor
Chairman,
to
Chairman.
Honorable Deputy Leader.
Chairman,
Honorable Minority Leader, I have given the floor to Honorable Deputy
Chairman,
Majority Leader.
Chairman.
I may come back to you. So please,
Chairman,
please,
let
I
me
may
get
come
that-
back to you.
Okay, Chairman.
I may come back to
Chairman,
you.
Chairman,
Please,
with
please.
that said, I will rest my case
Yes.
to allow
So
you
Honorable
we
Amabua.
come back and deal with this
Amabua.
matter. Thank you.
Yes, what is?
Are watching us right from the beginning. The respected minority leader kept asking to be indulged. He would end his presentation and ask for just a small opportunity to make one point. This thing, indulge me. And even when you give opportunity to somebody to speak, he will make sure that you give him the opportunity. Right now, his turn has passed. I didn't expect you to say that when the Honorable Boa finished, you're going to give him another opportunity. He will start
Remember, I know what I am doing. So please, it's now the turn of Honorable Boa.
Today, we beg you.
Honorable Boa, you have the floor.
Honorable John Abdullah Jinapo, congratulations. You first work in the Ministry of Energy as my deputy, and I am very, very proud of you. I think that you are sitting in that chair because you were dedicated, you focused on humility, and worked your way up. You became our ranking and you led a team very, very well. And so there's no doubt in my mind that you're going to be a very successful energy minister. I have three things that I want to guide you. You may not even answer them. But you know that the upstream sector is in complete disarray. With all the big players gone, oil production has declined over 37% and continuing. The last 8 years, the 3 producing fields that we brought on stream, nothing has been added. You talked a lot about the challenges and the court cases you've lost. And so I hope that will really engage your attention and the strategies to increase oil production and bring the big boys back. And I know that you've talked about that. We need to really make sure we get gas security. That is the key to the energy sector. And I'm very sure that you focus on that as well. I think you've talked about the indebtedness. I'm sure you will tell us that when we were leaving power, how much we left in debt. And whether or not it's true that we left $5 billion. The issue of renewable energy in an energy transition is critical, and that's probably why the energy sector is now energy and then the transition. And so I believe that you really add the issue of renewable energy as well. The last point is the issue of SML and all the transparency that came up. I believe that we will look into that issue and address it so it doesn't happen again.
The only thing I've learned from him is hard work. And so I thank him very well. Thank you.
Thank you. Any closing remark from the minority? We've come to the end.
We experience ups and downs. We experience ups and downs in this. I believe that the matter that came up would have another opportunity to discuss it on the floor. And I would also want to plead with colleagues that if you didn't get opportunity to raise any issue by way of question, the next stage of this pre-approval process would be the debate on the report of the committee. So you would have the opportunity to raise all other issues for Hansard to capture your views. On that note, Chairman, I would want to thank you for indulging us on these two nominees, and we see what next to be done. Thank you so much indeed, Chair.
Thank you very much, Minority Leader. Let me use the opportunity to sincerely thank the nominee for attending upon the committee and providing answers to questions posed. That Honorable Minister Designate, you will surely hear from the committee. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'm most grateful.
Well, then you are discharged. We then acknowledge them already.
No, wait before, don't call him.